All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about real music and something that's really going to irritate some people in the rock world, and doing what I do in real time for a few real people out here, just like you right there. All right, just like me here. Okay, before I launch into this topic, which will irritate people in the rock community, those hallowed souls that run the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This album here is really good. Devin Allman, The Blues Summit. It's like an all-star blues album. I just got it yesterday. And holy crap, Batman, it's really good. So if you're looking for some real authentic music, people are saying, Dave, are you getting into the blues? I've always been into the blues. Ray Fuller last weekend was spectacular. I'm wearing the t-shirt again because I enjoyed the concert so much. And we're finding out about all of the artificial stuff happening in the world of music. Rick Beato covered the same topic I covered yesterday. So he and I are on the same page with all of this artificial intelligence insanity, which all I can say is God help us, literally, God help us. So let's get on to this topic. In real time, right? So this is really going to irritate some people. Here's the headline. Hear Donald Trump's voicemail to Sharon Osbourne following Ozzy's death. Are they trying to humanize Trump again? It's kind of like, what was it? Jimmy Fallon messed around with his hair and people are like, don't humanize him. I don't know. Whether you think he's not a human being or he is a human being, I think he is a carbon-based life form. All right? So for the love of God, people, I mean, it's insane. Politics are insane. Well, he's part of that ring of Epstein, whatever. This came out yesterday, and a bunch of people sent me messages. So Trump was involved with Epstein, huh? Depending on who you talk to, I don't know. I mean, and it's funny because they weren't going after Trump until they made the connection, because they didn't want to expose all the other people that were involved with Epstein. So let's just leave that aside for now, shall we? I might have to do a video addressing this, depending on who you read and who you talk to. If you want to think the worst, then go ahead and think the worst. I mean, there is an epidemic of not only negative thinking, but kind of this black-pilled way of life where, I get up in the morning and I'm grateful, all right? There's sunshine most days. There's air all the time. There's food, and there's conversation. I get to do this because, God blessed me with certain talents that I have, certain amazing talents that I have. Yeah, all right. So anyway, so there was a phone call that was made to the Osbournes after Ozzy passed away. I'm just going to read what Trump said. This is total Donald Trump. You got to believe it's him. Hi, Sharon. It's Donald Trump. I just wanted to wish you the best in the family. Ozzy was amazing. Of course, that's a Trump word. He was an amazing guy. I met him a few times, and I always thought he was unique in every way and talented. So I just wanted to wish you the best, and it's a tough thing. I know how close you were, and whatever I can do, take care of yourself. Say hello to the family. Thanks. Bye. So, that's it. I know, right? Donald Trump, he could have said more. This is a total. Did he have to call the Osbournes? No, he did. I mean, does he have to call, the wives of fallen military personnel, like soldiers? Yeah, he probably has to do that, right? And I'm sure he does the same thing with a lot more gravitas or a lot more verbiage. I don't know. I mean, he's Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a great communicator, even though he uses kind of the same words all the time. And he's kind of repetitive, and you kind of know what he's going to say. But listen to what Jack Osbourne sums this up. This is what he had to say. Love him or hate him, he didn't have to call and leave a voicemail. There you go. He didn't have to call and leave a voicemail. And it's not like the president of another country passed away, although for some people, Ozzy was kind of the president. Um, Sharon said this: when it comes to politics, we know nobody comes out a winner. This is a lot of truth here. All I know is a man that I know. I worked with him for a month. I spent 1 month with him and his wife, who was always gracious, elegant, just a delight to talk to. Sharon, of course, was on the Celebrity Apprentice back in 2010. And she goes on. And he was always, how are the children? How's Kelly? I'm so proud of Kelly and Jack for what they've done. Trump said their manners are great. Kelly and Jack, their manners are great. Hey, you could definitely throw down some F bombs and your manners can be great still. I mean, this is good stuff. He was just a great guy to talk to, and he always treated me with respect. That's Sharon Osbourne. Bill Maher the other day. Bill Maher, who's on the opposite end of the political spectrum, but realizes there's insanity with his side of the spectrum. See, this is self-awareness is really important. Bill Maher has self-awareness. I don't agree with Bill Maher on a lot of things. He said he doesn't agree with Trump on a lot of things. But he said the same thing. He went to the White House. Trump invited him to the White House. And he said a bunch of stuff, and Trump sat there and listened to it and was gracious about it and was taking it in. He was actually paying attention to what Bill Maher was saying. Look, folks, again, I think Jack Osbourne perfectly summed this up. Love him or hate him, he didn't have to call and leave a voicemail. So that meant a lot to the Osbournes that Trump would pick up the phone and call them after Ozzy died. And for a lot of us, Ozzy was an important fixture in our lives in the sense that, yeah, there's this entity called Ozzy Osbourne out there. The best thing you can say about Ozzy was he was a crazy character who embraced life to the full. He also knew how to hire guitar players. I mean, holy crap, Batman. I mean, it's just Randy Rhoads. For some people, Randy Rhoads was like the best guitarist ever. Like, full stop. Best ever. And if you're going to argue that with me, I'm going to say, you know what? I respect your opinion. Some people say Eddie Van Halen. Some people say Eric Clapton. Some people, you can go through a list of superlatives, who's the best, who's the best. It's really not about who's the best. I mean, for that job to play guitar for Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads, all right? And these other guys that came later too to play with Ozzy. Jake E. Lee comes to mind. Just really good guitar chops, and he knew how to pick them. So anyway, I wanted to share this. I know it's dangerous humanizing a man who's at the center of the Epstein scandal. This is what I heard yesterday. He's at the center. Okay, well, I want to see more proof before you can put him at the center. Other people are going to argue. They have the receipts. They have the facts, yada, yada. The government shutdown's over. People are going to get their EBT cards turned back on. Isn't that just great that we're so reliant on that? That, folks, is bad that the country holds food hostage, but it's also, or not food. They're not holding the food hostage. It's holding the people hostage for the food. But it's also tragic that so many people rely on this. They don't want to spend their own money. A lot of people, not everybody. Look, if there's a litmus test, do it and find who needs it and give them what they need. That's what I say. I'm compassionate. If you don't have food, you need to be able to get some food. If you have no way to earn money to get the food, then yeah, we should be a compassionate country, especially since we're spending billions of dollars to fight foreign wars, although we're trying not to do that as much anymore. People say, well, Trump has his stuff that he wants to do, the Venezuelan thing. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not into that. I do think we should defend the homeland from things coming in here, but to go there and do stuff, no, I don't agree with that. Anyway, folks, all right, let me share this again because this is good stuff. If I didn't, did I share this at the beginning? Devin Allman. I don't see. I'm losing it. I need to take my medication. The Blues Summit. This is a fantastic album. I got this yesterday. You're looking for real music in real time. You can go listen to this. And the offspring of rock royalty and kind of getting up there in the sense that he's sort of royalty as well. This kind of music you don't hear on the radio. I'm not sure why that is. I think it's a corporation thing. But anyway, fantastic album. Got it yesterday. We'll be showcasing that. Also, as I got the T-shirt on, Ray Fuller and the Blues Rockers, live from Buddy Guy's Legends Club. It's just for a live album. This has got so much torque, so much energy. I saw this gentleman last weekend. Concert was not sold out. There were just a few of us there, but man, we were treated to some tasty slide guitar. So Ray Fuller and the Blues Rockers, totally unknown. Well, not totally, but very underrated and underappreciated, and you should check them out. All right, people. God bless everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. I'll see you soon.